G'day folks, it's the Maple Monkey here again with another Marvel United gameplay video for you. And apologies about the lighting today. We're sort of playing during daylight hours, so the light's a little bit bright, I think, especially over on this side, but we'll see how we go. And this battle, we're going to be continuing our X-Men the Animated Series campaign. This will be, I think, the third battle we've played in this series, and the campaign, as always, I'll put a link to the campaign in the description below, and it's put together by Dave Amarasinghe, or Diversion Architect. You might know him on the Discord channel there for Marvel United, and it's a lot of fun. So there's lots of cool campaigns out there. Dom's big sprawling map campaign and a bunch of others as well. And this is certainly a fun one, especially tying in with the the animated series that's going on X-Men 97 lately on Disney too. So definitely check that out. We had a doozy of an episode the other day, didn't we? So hopefully not as traumatic today. We'll see how we go. Fingers crossed. So after the last battle, we rescued Scott and Jean from the likes of the Morlocks down there, Callisto. So, and then you guys had a vote on the YouTube channel, and if you are interested in sort of following this campaign and sort of having a bit of a say in where we go next, assuming I can win the battles and give you guys a choice, yeah, make sure you check out the post on the Maple Monkey YouTube channel, because I'll put up a little poll a couple of days usually after each of these videos, sort of thing, just to give you guys a bit of a choice about where we go. So we were looking at, well, it's not down here, is it? We were looking at either sorting out some trouble at the mansion, or listening to the story of a time-traveling mutant who's saying that some bad stuff is going to go down and we have to stop a future war. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So it means we're going to be fighting Mystique for our next battle. And for this particular battle, there's a modification here, because in the series, the sort of I guess the Brotherhood characters that showed up in this particular sort of run on the show didn't feature Destiny. So to match the animated version more accurately, you can swap out the threat card Destiny. So she's normally one of the henchmen with Mystique, but we're going to replace her with Magneto's Blob threat card. So I'll show you that when we get down to it. But let's have a look at the story. So, abandoned at an early age after her shape-shifting mutation revealed itself, Raven Darkholme fended for herself. Able to psionically alter her cells at will, she had the power to exactly duplicate any living creature, though she couldn't take on their powers. Interesting, because it certainly seems like in the show, Morph seems to be able to do that, doesn't he? A strong believer in preserving mutants, she vacillated between helping mutants and fighting them, often engaging in criminal activity. As a member of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and later a leader of it, she fought many groups, including the X-Men. So this is a bit of a backstory on Mystique. So let's have a look at the story here. So this particular sort of part of the animated series is Days of Future Past. So, and if you're interested, you can have a look at the comics that it's sort of based on as well. And the episode was episode 12 in the show. So a mutant from the future has come to warn you about an event that tipped the anti-mutant frenzy into all-out war. In their future history, a member of the X-Men assassinated Senator Kelly and doomed us all. Oh no. Okay. Or doomed us all. Should read it with the question mark there. Okay, so we can decrease the difficulty by giving us a little bit of extra healing going on here. We can increase it, no thank you, by adding sentinels. Jeez, no thank you. And what we will play with, though, although these are always a bit of a tough thing, aren't they? But we're going to add this challenge here. We're going to add the Hidden Identity Challenge from the Enter the Spider-Verse set. So you could also choose to add Sentinel 3 from Days of Future Past, but I think we'll just we'll stick with the one. So, and I believe the idea with these is Dave's put these in there so you can choose to use all of them if you want, or you can choose to use, you know, just one or two sort of thing. So classic story was only 2 issues long, a more recent attempt by Mystique, so there's a couple of different things there too. And if we were playing with hero cards, we'd use the X-Men. Sorry, not hero cards. Team decks. We'd use the X-Men one. We're going to be using. So we're in the storyline of the show. I think these guys might have been locked up at the time, and Morph, I think, had already been unfortunately killed off, but he came back later, didn't he? Spoilers. But we're going to be using Bishop for sure, and then now we're going to use Jean Grey. But I figured I'm still a little bit sore, still a little bit sad over what's going on here in the latest show. So also, I think we've featured these guys a couple of times in the recent game. So I thought, let's give these guys a break, and we'll take another available X-Men here. Professor X. I did notice that Gambit's listed twice here, but yeah, we're going to use Professor X today just to sort of change things up a little bit. Now the locations, you'll notice here we've got the X-Jet, we've got the Daily Bugle, Queens, but we don't have these yet. There's Oscorp Tower, but we don't have Washington DC yet. That hasn't landed yet. That's going to be part of the Civil War set, and the Age of Apocalypse will bring the Human High Council, so we don't have that either. So what I've got a couple of replacements for those. So let's have a quick look at those before we look at Mystique. So, well, you can't really see it very well here, but I won't pick that up. But this is the UA conference room. So this is actually from another homebrew designer, Nelly Nell, has been working on a whole bunch of My Hero Academia locations and villains and heroes, and we've shown off some of these on the channel already, so you guys are probably familiar with that. But if not, yeah, it's based on that anime My Hero Academia, and so this is like the university conference room where all the big wigs from the university get together and meet. So I thought this would be the good sort of council sort of room, so we're going to be using that today. And then in place of Washington DC, where we're going, this may be sort of the opposite of like what Washington stands for, but we're going with the Royal Palace. So it's kind of a head of state sort of area, so we're going to use the Royal Palace from Wakanda. So that's what we're using. Let's have a look at, we've got Mystique here. So this was actually, the lighting's probably not going to be great, but the paint job's not that great anyway. But this, I think Mystique might have been my very first foray back into painting. When I got inspired, there was a guy named, what was his name? I can't remember. I was on the Rob's Gaming Table Discord site there, and this Marvel United started hitting people's doorsteps, and people started painting them up, and he was showing off his, I think it was Mike, I think his name was Mike, and he was showing off his painting. I thought, oh, they look great, and those models look really great. So I got into Marvel United, I think I picked up a retail core set, and she might have been the first one that I painted, I think. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I think so. And yeah, so there you go. Long story. I went off on a tangent there, but thank you, Mike, for sharing your models, because I've found a brand new hobby that I can be passionate about. So it's been a lot of fun. Now, we've got Mystique. So let's have a look at her rules. In terms of setup, she has this little thing here that says place Senator Kelly token in the hero's starting location. So we're going off on another little aside here, but we don't have the Senator Kelly token today. We're going to be using the replacement Senator Kelly model by Minis from Mars, that fantastic Etsy store and great bloke that makes these great replacement sort of tokens here. He's also recently done the spider bots, and is also responsible for all these really cool little upgrade tokens for the threat tokens and the thugs and civilians. So we're going to be using that today. So, and this was a lot of fun to paint too. And I just so happen, you guys, if you follow the channel, you probably know I've also used the same model, repainted him, or painted up a new one to represent Cameron Hodge as well. So I quite like that model. Now, so let's have a look. So we've got our Senator Kelly. Now we're going to be using 3 heroes today. So we've got 6 health with Mystique there. and she all sort of revolves around Senator Kelly. So he is affected by anything that affects heroes, and heroes can take him with them when moving. A hero in this location can take any damage that would be dealt to him, and that's important. When a hero is KO'd, Mystique doesn't activate her BAM, instead move Senator Kelly one location counterclockwise, and then draw another master plan card and face it face down in the storyline. So she's pulling him out of our safety and also racing towards the end game, because if she runs out of cards, that's another way we lose. Overflow. If one or more civilians or thug tokens cannot be added to a location, move Senator Kelly one location counterclockwise, then draw another master plan card and place it face down the storyline. So same effect. So KO or overflow both cause that. And then heroes lose if Senator Kelly takes any damage. So yeah, that's not great. And deal 2 damage to one hero in Mystique's location is her BAM. So her villainous plot, how she wins, is if she's able to do any damage, or someone in her team is able to do any damage to Senator Kelly, we lose. We also lose if she runs out of cards, or if we run out of cards, I think. And her BAM is that she deals 2 damage to one hero in her location. So that's what she's bringing to the party. She's got her health there. We'll go around, have a look at her threats. So I think she's got 4 of these henchmen. She's got Toad. Now he's going to be having 5 health. We've got 3 heroes plus the 2 here, so 5 health. When she BAMs, he also, if possible, moves to the next location clockwise with no threat. Then he deals a damage in his location, so he sort of hops around into the empty spots. Now, we're using Blob instead of Destiny, so this is, you can see Magneto's version of Blob. Discard 1 civilian from this location, deal 1, and this is not dependent on this is just separate, so he does that if he can, and then he deals 1 damage and gives a crisis token to 1 hero in the location. Now, I'm not going to bother giving crisis tokens because crisis tokens aren't normally part of this scenario, so none of the other henchmen or the villain herself does anything like triggering with crisis tokens, so we're gonna leave that. So, but if this was Magneto, that would do something. All right, hero. Now this is the tricky bit. Heroes using movement to leave this location must use 2 instead to get around him. All right, so that's Blob. We have Pyro. And there he is. He's got deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this and each adjacent location. That's not great. And then Avalanche is discard 1 from this and each adjacent location. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in each of these locations that had no civilians. Okay. And then we have hiding in plain sight. As long as this threat is in play, damage to Mystique is dealt to the next clockwise henchman instead, if present. So we can either get rid of these and then she can't hide with the henchman, or we can just get rid of the henchman and then these don't have much effect. So that's a couple of different options I guess we've got there. Now the other thing is we have the secret identity challenge. So this is something I haven't played with before, actually. To be honest, I haven't used a lot of these challenges, so this is kind of fun playing through this campaign. I'm getting to try out some different ones. So I always thought this was something to do with I think I was confusing this with the trader mechanic one. But yeah, this is like when the civilians, I guess, are or the paparazzi are sort of revealing your identity when you get caught doing super moves in public, sort of thing. Place 1, I guess these are like wanted posters or something like that, on the villain's location and on each location adjacent to the hero. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. And then when a hero is in a location with a wanted poster and they perform any action other than a move, they get a little snapped by the paparazzi little phone token thing here, which is not great. Now, a hero may use movement to move any of these wanted posters away. Now, that's interesting. A hero with 3 paparazzi iPhones is exposed. They take a damage and play. This is the. I mean, that's bad, especially in this scenario, but this is pretty bad too. Play the next card face down, so that's not great. But I was just reading this now, and it's a hero may use star to move any wanted poster. So it doesn't say in their location. So I guess you can just use a star to start moving them whenever you want, I guess. That's interesting. All right, well, I think we're ready to get going. So we'll have a look at our heroes. Now, I didn't show off the heroes, so I think I talked about it, didn't I? So we've got Bishop. Let's see if I can get... I don't know why I'm trying to focus because we don't have any painting there, but there we go. You can see the cool sculpting. Sculptors have done a good job. We've got Professor X. And we have Jean Grey. And one thing I should point out on the board here, we've got 5 health on all these civilians. They're not civilians, they're henchmen as well. But if you look at the board, it's full of... I don't know, maybe if the Washington and the Human High Council were going to have more thugs, but with the particular layout we've got today, it's almost all civilians. So that's going to be very interesting. So now, Bishop has a starting hand card as well, so we're just going to shuffle his deck up apart from that one. I don't think any of the others have starting hand cards, so we'll just put his back. And shuffle old Jean Grey, and we'll shuffle Mr. I was going to call him Magneto, Mr. Professor X. Okay, so now Bishop's starting hand thing here is his energy resistance. So as long as this card is face up in the storyline, you cannot take any damage dealt from adjacent locations. Okay, so a little bit of protection. Not really useful against Mystique, but against some of her henchmen, that's not too bad. All right, and I think I've already shuffled this, but we'll just do a little bit more shuffling, and we've got to draw 2. Alrighty then. Let's see. We've got a move and a punch and a double star. There we go. All right. There we go. We have 1, 2, 3 cards for Jean Grey. She's got telepathy. Swap the previous hero card in the storyline. She's got a double wild. She's got major telekinesis. Okay, not too bad. And 1, 2, 3. We have Professor X. So he's got, whoa, give 2 punch tokens from the pool to another hero. Turn up to 2 thugs in your location into civilians, and he's got a punch and a star. Okay, well, there you go. So, well, let's see what, we'll get down to the table. Whew, and we'll see what Mystique is up to. We've got to protect Senator Kelly. Alright. I think I've played this scenario before. I don't know if I've played it on camera. I've certainly played against her before. I think I might have tried her on camera. I don't know, I'd have to look back through the old ones. Surely I would have shown off Senator Kelly being painted up. I don't know. One. Oh, that's going to draw. That's going to start drawing multiple cards. A hand of cards for her, no, but she only draws 1. Alright. So what is she doing? She is going to... She's moving 2, so she's going 1, 2. There's no landing spot. She's going to bam, so she's going to do 2 damage. Then we start going around and dealing damage. Oh, this is going to be painful. I think we're all going to be at death's door on the first First turn, aren't we? Alright, so she's going to do 2 damage, which is going to do nothing, but then going around, so starting in her location, Pyro does a damage to every... Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this and... Oh, okay, it's not... Okay, it's not everyone. Alright, so one of these guys is going to take a hit. Alright. Well, let's say... Alright, maybe Jean will take a... Well, let's have a look at these cards here. Who's got cards that are worth losing? Maybe Jean. Maybe they swap the previous hero card with the storyline with any other hero card. We don't really need that one at the moment. Maybe we'll put that back for late game. Professor X, you could maybe lose... maybe Bishop. Maybe you could lose... double stars, maybe? Yeah, okay. Alright, so... Now the reason I'm doing that, one of them gets hit, and I sort of jumped the gun there, so deal 1 damage to 1 hero in this location, and 1 in each adjacent location. So let's say Jean takes the hit from Pyro. Then Blob is going to... He's going to discard a civilian. Okay, and then deal 1 damage and give a crisis token to 1 hero in this location, so that's what will take that hit on Bishop. Then we go around. Toad wants to jump into a location, but he cannot. Avalanche, he's going to discard a civilian from this and each adjacent... Oh man, okay, so rapidly running out of civilians with the Avalanche here. And then he deals a damage to 1 hero in each of these locations that had no... civilians. Alright, so... Right. Well. We have to take... Okay, oh, and then we put out a bunch of thugs. Right. Okay, 1, 2... Well, that's already getting pretty full, isn't it? 3, 4. Alright, well, if Senator Kelly's going to keep going, getting moved backwards, I probably want to start heading in that direction at some point. But I think I do want to get this energy resistance out for Bishop, because there's got a lot of stuff that seems to be coming in from different directions. So I might play this down and get a heroic happening. We can rescue this civilian. Oh, I suppose I should have drawn a card. So I've got a double... Ooh, a double punch though. That could be really useful for just nailing Blob. Maybe I'll save that for next turn, hopefully, if we get a next turn. Alright, so Jean Grey's going to draw. She gets a move and a punch. Well, the move and punch isn't that useful at the moment, is it? Now, she can... Well, split as you like in an adjacent location. She's got this... I think let's just go the double wild. So she's going to deal 2 damage to Blob, and then she's going to use that heroic that the Bishop has given her. She's going to use that to move this token over here, I think, towards Avalanche. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Because I believe it just says a hero may use a star to move any of those tokens. So it doesn't say you have to be in that location, so I guess I'll just move that. She's going to use her telekinesis to move the poster to the next neighborhood. Alright. Now, Professor Xavier, what have you got, buddy? You have to draw a card. So he's got a move and a heroic. But I could... So I could do Mind Alteration and turn this thug into a civilian, but if I wait till there's more thugs, I can do that later. I can do a punch and a heroic. How many health has Blob got left? He's got 3. I could do... Oh, this is interesting. I could do a punch. Give 2 punch tokens to another hero. Well, if I do that, let me think. If I give 2 punch tokens to Bishop, I guess, because he'll be coming next. And then I've got 1 punch and I've got these 2 here, so I can do those 3 damage there. And that can take out the Blob. I think that's right. Does that make sense? Yeah, alright, let's get rid of the Blob. Now, I've ended my turn here. So I gave him a tummy ache. Alright, you may search your deck for any 1 card, then shuffle your deck and place that card on top. Oh, alright. Well, I mean, I could go a double wild, they're always handy, but I've also got choose another hero, they can swap any number of cards from their hand. No. This turn you can treat wilds as stars, give 2 heroic tokens. This turn you may treat thingies as thingies. I think maybe just look for a double wild, that's always handy. Alright, now I've got to shuffle the rest of my deck. I've got to, wait, do I put it on top? Oh no, I don't get it in my hand, I have to put it on top. Alright, so I'm shuffling my deck. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And I'm going to put that there. Alright. And so that's not too bad. I mean, this is a bit scary, this being full here. We've taken a bit of damage across the team. So Charles is on full health, but Jean and Bishop are looking a bit worse, a little bit the worse for wear. Interesting. Alright, so we'll just see what happens. Alright, so I've just got to remember there's a wanted poster here, here, and here. Alright, so we're going to flip it over. What is she up to? Oh, okay, she's heading straight for us. This is not great. Alright, so she's going to KO someone here, or... Yeah, okay. So she is going to KO... Do we take the KO, or does Professor X just... I think Professor X is going to tank the hit here. Alright, so... let's lose... Let's lose these 2 maybe. Okay. Put them back there. Did I put the punch? Yep, on top. Yep. Oopsie. This one was on the bottom, so I'll put that in there. There we go. Put that there. Alright, so Professor's got 1 card left because he got hit for 2. Is that right? Deal 2 damage to 1 hero in her location. Yep. Then we go around doing the BAMs. Oh no! Toad! Oh, sneaky Toad. So Toad is going to jump in. Oh no, okay. I think someone's... we're in trouble here. Okay. So Toad is going to... well, I guess we'll just move this over here. Toad is going to, he's going to jump into the next clockwise location, so he goes all the way around looking for an empty spot, finds this one. Then he deals a damage to a hero in this location. So so someone's going to take a hit here. Maybe Jean? Okay. Then... we keep going around. Avalanche is going to remove a whole bunch of civilians. Man, we really lost our civilian advantage there, didn't we? Boy. And that's not great. And then Pyro, he's going to, and by the way, Avalanche was going to do a bit of damage here if there'd been anyone there, I guess in these two spots here. Then Pyro's going to do damage to someone in an adjacent location. We'll take the hit on Bishop, and Bishop will block that because he can't be damaged. So he's going to tank that one at least. So, oh boy, nasty. Okay. So, new round. So Bishop's got a couple of punches there. He's got this, he's drawn himself a single heroic. Now, do we go with, well, Jean's got movement, so if we go a double punch here, she can still get to this location if she needs to. Because we could, Toad's got 5 health, and I think we could take him straight out now if we do this. If we were to play the double punch, are we getting ourselves enough movement? We need to give ourselves some stars to start rescuing civilians, or at least moving these out of the way so we're not taking those. But alright, so I'm going to spend these 2 punch tokens. I feel like with 6 health we're probably not going to be super starved for punch tokens or punches. I mean, taking all these guys out is a lot of health, but I think we should be alright. Okay, so that's 5. So that's 1, 2, 3 plus the 2 punch tokens from Bishop. I think that's lights out for Toad. Alright, Toad, thanks for coming. We don't want him to sort of keep jumping in the spots that we keep opening up for him, right? So, oh, that goes here. That's 2 threats. Alright, we've got to make sure we get a move on with some of these civilians or thugs too before we take too many more of these guys out. Now Bishop can search his deck for something cool. What's he got? Double Wild is good. Energy absorption, ignore damage. Oh wait. You know what I forgot to do? My apologies. Before I do that, before I look through there, I didn't put, oops, sorry, I bumped the camera. I didn't put her tokens down, so that's 1, 2, 3, and there's one more civilian. We should actually, I'll just slide these across, doesn't really matter. Oh, it's, I don't know, I'll have to stand up to make sure I get this in focus. It's, whoopsie. Little Aunt May with her, she's got dinner ready, so hopefully we can protect her. She's serving it up to the UA conference room. Okay. Alright, and we've got, I don't know if you can see that, too, that's Senator Kelly in little tiny mini token form as well. So he's on his private jet. Alright. So we put that down. Okay, so now we can go through here, look through this. Yeah, maybe one of these energy absorptions is not bad, although is the double wild pretty good? Let's take an energy absorption. Let's take one of these. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. Sounds good. So where was this supposed to be? This was supposed to be here. I don't even think I put it out. Oh boy, I'm being really slack today, aren't I? Forgetting all sorts of things. Okay, so that should have been there. She came in, she did the damage, 2 damage. We took the hit on Professor, so we didn't take the hit on Senator Kelly. Nothing there made him move backwards. I think we're okay. Alright, now talking about moving counterclockwise, I think we need to... Oh, no, it's alright. I'm not supposed to put it in... I keep doing that. It goes on top of the deck. So I'm supposed to shuffle this, I think. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Put that on top. Alright, focus. Focus, focus. Drawing one card. She is... Okay. Oh, Avalanche, man, you're a bit of a pain, aren't you? Because if I come in here and deal with these civilians, then when he does his thing, he's going to damage me in here. So, now, what do I have? I've got this telekinesis thing, so I can move in. There's no... Yeah, okay. So let's move... And I'm giving movement, so maybe Charles can come and help me finish him off. I really want to get rid of Pyro as well. So, you know, what I really want to do is get rid of Avalanche as well. So let's go 2 damage from Bishop's support here. He's going to give me covering fire. 1, 2. Then she can do a punch and a star. Split as I like in my and adjacent location, so I'm not going to use it as much as I'd love to use it to rescue a civilian. I'm going to, well, oh, interesting. I could rescue this civilian, or I could rescue that civilian, or I could move this out of there. But I think that's right. I haven't even taken any of these snapshot things yet, have I? So I'm okay. Yes, let's work on that while there's still some civilians to work on. Then I'd take 1 more damage from Pyro. So I've done 2 damage here, plus a 3rd one from the telekinesis. Throw a spoon at him or something. So that's that. I get to draw a card for Professor X. And also now if Senator Kelly gets moved, I'll be over this way hopefully. Then we've got, oh that's right, we should have known that, shouldn't we? We've got the double wild, so I think it's time to use it. So we can come over this way and defeat Pyro. So it's a lot less damage being dealt and a lot less places for her to hide. Now the problem is we're going to want... Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, the problem is we're going to want to get cracking on these civilian rescuing or maybe thug defeating, but going for the thugs is going to be a lot of... We're already spending a lot of punches on getting rid of the threats though, aren't we? So that's interesting. But this says defeat 1 thug in any location without a threat. So I may as well do that here. Although this is pretty full as well, isn't it? She's more likely to go this way, isn't she? I suppose. Let's just do it from this one then, I guess. Alright, so we'll defeat that thug there. Alright, got 2 civilians in this spot. Okay. And now, that was moved, double punch, and then that let me defeat 1 more thug. Okay, it's Raven's, is it that a name? Raven? Raven's turn. Okay, what's she up to? Alright, we've got to be careful with clearing threats now because we're not, is that focusing hopefully? Uh-oh. So she's staying where she is. Move to Senator Kelly's location, so she's right there. And then she's going to bam. Uh-oh. So, alright, so she moves here, no starting location. She does 2 damage. We don't want to take it on Senator Kelly, so unfortunately, Bishop, he can't block that because his energy absorption thing or resistance is only from adjacent locations. So I'm going to lose these 2. That's not great. So he's KO'd, and Senator Kelly, when there's a KO, he gets moved back, and then she plays another card face down. Right. and then I think that's, oh, and then we go around the BAMs. There's BAM here. He removes this one. He'd do a damage here, but there's no damage to be done. Okay. So in that case, I think it's our turn. So Bishop wakes up. 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets 4 cards. He gets 3 and then sort of draws one at the beginning of his turn, I guess. So we know, oh, we've got a couple of these energy absorptions here. We've got a double wild coming out as well. And we've got 2 heroics. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Do we go for, I think I might start on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, if she never brings out civilians again, we're in trouble. But now might be the time to start making a run on this. So let's maybe save the energy absorption. But what am I going to use the double heroic on then if I do that? Guess I could use it on these guys. Alright, so let's try this. Alright, double stars just to get cracking. We've got 2 heroics here, so Bishop's going to wake up. He's going to use one of the movement to go over here. He's going to rescue these 2. 1, 2. And he's going to use this wild. Do I use the wild to defeat this thug? Or do I use the wild to push this? Oh no, hold on. Haha, let's do it this way, because otherwise I'm about to have a happy snap, aren't I? Although I don't know if I should be that worried about the happy snaps, but I'm going to push this happy snap this way. Yeah. And then, yeah, so I've moved, pushed that out of the way with the heroic from there, and then rescued those 2 civilians. I think that's my plan. Then, Jean, what are you going to do? Didn't really think about the fact that you've only got a star here. Alright, well, what's she drawing? Oh, here we go. She's drawn some sort of telekinesis or telepathy. Yep, telepathy. Alright, so swap the previous hero card in the storyline with any other hero card in the storyline. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Well, I guess I could do this. It's going to give her a... Oh, that's okay. So it's going to give her a wild. I could swap, obviously, to give myself 2 wilds. So I can move myself with Senator Kelly. Or maybe I leave Senator Kelly with Professor X. Maybe I go this way. Yeah, maybe I go this way with the move, then 2 punches from the wilds to really try and get rid of old mate. That's a happy snap though. So Jean's got a snapshot. Now, yeah. What's Professor X got? Oh man, okay. So close. Alright, because what I was thinking was I could use the move and punch to get in there and deal with Avalanche. But it's not going to be enough. I'm going to be able to get in there and do 2 damage. He's still going to be alive. Now I guess the thing is, I mean, he's going to be dealing with damage anyway, but if I can maybe move this way with Professor X, Senator Kelly. Problem is if someone gets KO'd, which is going to happen maybe here, then Senator Kelly will end up over here, and then when Avalanche triggers, this will get removed, and then there'll be no one to protect Senator Kelly from getting hit there. So I think what I have to do is use one of the wilds there as an extra move. We'll use that one wild there. So now what do I want to work on? Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to give Bishop a movement token as well for ending here. So what I might do is I might play my move and heroic, and that's going to let me move Charles so he can go. He was here. So he might, is he going to rescue this one, or is he going to rescue this guy on the way through? Maybe this one, just to keep the overflow down. So he's going to rescue this civilian here, because otherwise the civilian's just going to get discarded by Avalanche, isn't he? So rescue that civilian. Whoopsie. Mistakes playing tricks on me. Alright, so then he's going to take, so he's rescued, then he's done 1 movement, and then he's doing the wild for another movement to end here. Right. And that way if Senator Kelly gets moved backwards, he's not going to be in danger from Avalanche, at least for now. Okay, and Professor X gets to soup up his little wheelchair there, hover chair, and he gets a movement token. Alright, we slowed down a little bit there, but we just got to hope for some civilians, I guess. Alright, we'll see what happens. Here we go. Where's she going? How much trouble am I in? Alright, she's going 1, 2, wait, where was she here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So she's going to hit poor old Jean. Jean was in trouble here either way, wasn't she? Oh, and she's putting thugs out too, which is not great. That means it's an entire round where I can't work on my mission once I get rid of these last couple of civilians. So she's going to do the BAM. Nothing else for Avalanche to do, so Jean gets taken out. That's another card from her stack gone. She puts out a bunch of thugs. So 2 here, 1 here, 1 here. Yep. I think that's it. Okay. Oh, and Senator Kelly gets moved backwards and she loses this card to the bottom of the deck. I do still have that paparazzi shot though. Okay. Right. So we're going to make sure we go and pick him up. What have we got? We've got a move and a star from Professor X, so we don't have to play any more of those. We're playing Bishop's turn. He's got a movement token, and he's got this. He's got 2, so he's got drawn another energy absorption. Wow, he's got 3 energy absorptions. So I don't really have a lot of options here, so it's all happening. Alright, so well then, who's going after bishop? It's going to be Jean Grey. Well, I don't really have much else. I mean, I'd love to give her something other than a heroic, but she can maybe use the heroic to move that out of the way. Alright, so interesting. A hero may use movement to move a wanted poster. When a hero in a location with a wanted poster performs any other action other than a move, they get a paparazzi thing. So do you get the paparazzi take a photo of you trying to move them out of the way? That's interesting. Alright, so I'm going to play this card here. I think that's better than a move. So Bishop is going to go back to Senator Kelly and rescue this civilian with that there. Then he's going to use the other star to move Jean's one that's causing her trouble over here. So the Daily Bugle's got all the wanted posters. That's kind of thematic. So he's moved, he's done one star, he's done the other star. We've only got one more civilian to rescue, so we really want more civilians coming out. Now, Professor X. No, it's Jean's turn. So Jean is going to, she's going to wake up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she can move in heroic, not what we want. She can double heroic, also not what we want. She can, this is not great, single heroic and move, or she can do a telekinesis. I think I'm going to run out of punches for hunting down Mystique soon. I guess I play the telekinesis. So she can, well, let's do this. She's going to punch Avalanche for 1, which is lame. Then she's going to move over this way, so she can sort of catch Senator Kelly, I guess. And she's got a heroic, which she can't do anything with. I guess she could just move this into the one location, so it's all in the one spot. And that way she can just defeat a thug as well. So let's defeat this thug here at the end of the turn. But she's also, so she's done the 1 punch with that. She's got 2 heroics, which she can't really do anything with. She's going to take a hit for being here though with no civilians, which is a shame. But that's about all she wrote. So, yep, defeating this thug. Yeah, that's it. Did I get my... Oh, I didn't take my punch token for energy absorption, so Bishop's got an extra punch token there. Alright, Charles. Have we made her vulnerable yet? Not yet. Okay. Charles is going to draw 1 card. He's got a move and a heroic, move and a star. So he can move twice. So he's going to move. He's going to star. He can move again. I guess if I come down here, I can get another movement token for old Charles. There we go. I'll save that card, and it's now Mystique's turn. What's Mystique gonna do? Alright, Mystique, I really need to get someone in position there to punch Avalanche. Bishop, you don't seem to have... Oh, you've got a little bit of stuff here, I guess. Alright. Mystique is moving 3, so... Oh, I should hold that there a bit longer for you. Alright, see what she does. Oh, this is kind of handy. I mean, I haven't read the whole thing, but it's kind of handy. Where is she? Oh, she's about to hit Charles, though. 1, 2, 3. It's not all sunshine and roses, so Charles goes down. That's a useful punch he's missing there now. So Charles gets taken out. I should have stayed there, shouldn't I? So punch. She does the bam. Then also Mystique is not Mystique. Jean Grey's about to take a hit. Jean Grey. So what do we want to lose? I guess the double star at this stage, because we don't really need a lot of stars. Oops, that should go at the bottom. There we go. We need movement to try and hunt her down, hopefully, because we're getting close to hunting her down. She's going to add civilians to each location with no civilian. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 5, 6. So she certainly added a lot of tokens then. Until the next villain turn, damage to Mystique is dealt to the next clockwise henchman instead. Well, that's kind of still the case now anyway, isn't it? As long as this threat doesn't play, damage to Mystique is dealt to the next clockwise henchman instead. So it's kind of in play already. So even if we got rid of these hiding in plain sight, she still could have used that. So that's interesting. Alright, so... where are we? What are we doing? What's my name? Bishop. Alright, so... oh boy, I'm getting too old for this. Got to draw a card. I need to hunt down... oh, here we go. What have we got? A move, a punt? Yeah, here we go, here we go. How much damage has he got? 2 there. That's not going to give me enough movement. So thinking I could do the energy absorption, gain a punch over. Oh, I do have a movement token here, so I could save my double wild. Interesting. Oh, I could. So could I make him vulnerable right now? Let's think about it. Although it's Jean Grey coming up next, isn't it? So she's not necessarily in the best position to get to him. But what we could do is we could say, all right, Jean Grey. So we could do this. We could go play this. That gives me 1 movement. Now I'm going to leave Senator Kelly where he is, I think, because I think I'm planning on moving Jean Grey to get to him anyway, right? So I play 1 movement to go there. Play my 2nd movement from the token to get to Avalanche. Then I can punch. And on the way through, I've got 2 heroics, so I can rescue these 2. 1, 2. Clearing that mission. Okay. So he's now under pressure. But then I've got the punch token from the previous energy absorption, plus another punch token from this energy absorption. Oh, I forgot about this. You can't be damaged. Should that have taken effect at all? I don't think I've been hit. Anyway. Since playing that anyway. Let's do that. So we'll spend those 2 punch tokens to finish off Avalanche. That's handy. So now not only is he under pressure, but he's now vulnerable. So we've cleared that one. What did I do there? Okay, put him in here. Okay. Now, what does this say? If you have 2 or fewer cards in... Oh, you can heal. Oh, that's what I needed to be... Needed to have the healing location open from the start. Oh, avalanche, man. Making things tough. Alright, so he's already on full health. So he's good. Oh yeah, this is cleared. Alright, so I think we're looking good there. That was Bishop's turn. So he moved with the... So he was here, 1, 2, extra token, did the 2 rescues, did the 2 punches. Perfect. Alright. Now, it gives us 1 hero's turn to do some damage if we can. Problem being is we've given her a star instead of a movement. Like if we'd done the double wilds. Yeah. Maybe I should have done the double wilds because I still could have done what I did there, but yeah, we'll see how we go. All right. What's she got? She's drawing a card, I think. All right, heroic. Oh man, she's got a double punch, but no movement to use it. All right, so well, let's do this then. Let's go. We've got a star there. Let's use the movement star. I really should have, yeah, because if I'd done what I just did but used the double wilds, then she could have used 1, 2, and then the double punch. She had the double punch. She could have done 2 damage. Oh well. Hopefully I'll be able to use that to hunt him down later. Alright, so that's... I've got 1 move. Right, that's not too bad. And 2 heroics. Well, I'll just rescue this guy here, I guess. I can search the deck for any card. Alright, so what have I got coming up? Telepathy. Swap the previous card in the storyline with any other. I guess I want that on top, right? I mean, a move and a punch is not bad, but being able to put anything I want with a wild, probably pretty useful. Alright, so. Alright. Put that on top. And it's now Mystique's turn. Alright, well, this is it. Can we hunt her down in time? We're bodyguarding Senator Kelly. But can we pull this off? Alright, she's going to... Oh, she's going nowhere. Going nowhere fast. So she's bamming. Luckily, Charles hasn't woken up yet. He's playing dead. Alright, so 1, 2, and 3. And there's no other characters to bam with. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2... 1, 2, 3. That's a lot of civilians and thugs out, a lot of tokens out. But we're lucky in a sense that we've got Charles waking up right now, so he can hopefully do a bunch of damage here. But I haven't given him much to do damage with, but at least I didn't have to go too far to get there. So up we get. We've got 2 movement tokens again. Not that useful. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got telepathy. We've got genius intelligence. We've got super heroics. Not the best. And we've got a single wild. So this turn you may treat punches as stars, as wilds. But we don't have any other punches apart from this, so not that useful. Got a single wild. Telepathy. Choose another hero. They can swap any number of cards from their hand with their cards in the storyline. Boy. Give someone back their double. Yeah. I guess the most damage we're doing this turn to her is 1 anyway, right? So let's just do that. We will rescue. So let's rescue 1 with the star. Let's punch her for 1. She's down to 5 health. Let's maybe use the move to head to be an extra bodyguard for Charles, for Senator Kelly. We won't need to use the move tokens. I think we're looking good there. I can now search Charles's deck, look for something I want on top. Maybe a move and a punch is good. Or maybe use the stars as wilds is good. I think a move and a punch is handy in this situation though, right? Okay. Put that there. Pop that on top. Now, poor old bishop is too far away. We've got to draw a card, we've got a single wild. I could play a double wild to give myself movement 3, but that wouldn't do anything else. 1, 2, 3. Not really much point. I could play, I think in that case what I'm going to play is, do I play the energy absorption just to block any damage I might take and gain a punch token for later? Or do I play the movement so that whoever's coming up next, that'll be Jean, can maybe use the movement to get where she needs? Or in the same vein, I could use the wild. I might use the wild, because then if Jean happens to end up in the same spot with her, she can just punch, 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 punch. Alright, so let's use the wild. Not use the double wild because I can't really use it for anything that good. But right now what I can do is I can stay here, I guess, and punch twice. Either way I'd be defeating 2 things, right? I can either punch once, move here, and then defeat another one anywhere I want. Which, I mean, that wouldn't be too bad, maybe stopping an overflow. Maybe I'll do that. So maybe I'll punch here. That's 1. Move here, then defeat this thug here. Okay, hopefully that's enough. Alright. Oh, no, I can't do that. It's anywhere without a threat token. So in that case, I guess we'll just stay where I am and is it from here? Now I can't remember. How many were there? How many were here? I think that's right. Sorry guys if I've cheated there. Hopefully the game doesn't come down to how many tokens were there. Alright, it's going to be... So that was a bit of a nothing turn, but just sort of biding my time to hopefully get in a better position to take her out. Right, who's going next? It's going to be... The problem is Jean and Professor X are both in the same spot too. So if she goes here, we're in a bit of trouble. Oh, she's going 5. Oh, wow, okay, so she's going 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, she's helped us out there, hasn't she? Sorry, I didn't show the card. Yeah, that was helpful, because I think now we're going to be able to do something decent here. She's only got 5 health. So she's going to deal some damage. One of us has to take 2 hits. Well, it's going to be Charles, because Jean's only got 2 health. So Charles is going to take 2 hits. And who's going next? It doesn't really matter, does it? I guess I'll just... that one. Alright, so that goes there. We've got 1 health left with Charles. He's got a bunch of movement, not that he needs it at the moment. And, okay. Alright, Mystique. Putting out... Oh, now this is problematic. This could be problematic. Oh, no, we're okay. So we've got 2. We've got 2. I think technically I was supposed to do it this way. So 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. We just avoided overflow in these 2 spots. Alright. There we go, there we go. So Jean, she's going to team up. Old Senator Kelly's going to hide in the corner there. Now, can we do enough in this round to do 5 damage? I don't know. Having a card with a double punch is handy. So, and we've got ourselves a wild. Oh, that's good. Good thing I didn't use that movement, huh? So, I was supposed to draw a card too. Oh, telepathy. Swap the previous card in the storyline with another. No, I think I'd rather just go with a double punch, right? So 1, 2, 3, 3 damage. And 1, 2, 3. And then Charles gets to draw a card, not that he needs it. He's going to use his powers to throw... Can he do telekinesis? I don't think he can. I was going to say he can throw these movement tokens, they're pretty spiky at her. Oh, he's got to move and as he rams into her with his little hover chair. So he's going to do that, and that will be enough. We already had enough from Jean Grey from the psychic backlash there, so she, Mystique is down for the count. So there we go. We got her in the end. Saved poor old Senator Kelly there, and hopefully he will be thankful. And yeah, we can use that extra punch there. We can punch another thug. There we go. Just to sort of whittle down the forces there. But that's it, yeah. So I was feeling it was an interesting one. Interested to see how you guys feel about this one. Like, did I make a glaring rules mistake somewhere and I actually would have lost this 5 turns ago? Or I felt like I wasn't too... I was quite worried, like, especially with a lot of the henchmen. There was a lot of comboing and damage of the henchmen, so hopefully I didn't miss anything there, and, you know, we would have got ourselves in worse trouble there. But I think I remembered all the situations where Senator Yelly gets moved backwards. We were lucky with the overflows. We didn't sort of suffer too much of that. And yeah, I like those last 2 battles we fought felt like a lot tougher. Like this one, I felt like this was going to be a problem, but if I'm reading that right, a hero may use a star to move any of those. So if you can just sort of move them to like one spot, and then especially if it's a spot where like you're not, like I'd already decided I wasn't really going to worry too much about these hiding in plain sight. So as long as this threat is in play, damage to Mystique is dealt to the next clockwise henchman instead if present. And there were no henchmen, and there didn't seem to be none of those cards brought henchmen back, so that seemed like a pretty safe bet. And I couldn't think thematically that they would come back anyway, so that's good. So yeah, that one didn't feel as tough. Although if we had added, with Dave's suggestion, Sentinel 3, I think, yeah, that would have been a lot more of a tall order, but yeah, that wasn't on the cards for today. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed that one. It was a nice, hopefully that was a pretty quick one too. I felt like I was able to make decisions pretty quickly and things like that, so that was pretty good. The team seemed to work pretty well. The Bishop, Jean, and Professor X, they were a good little combo. Seemed to have plenty of each of the action types, and I think this Oscorp Tower was pretty good. Yeah, having the extra movement, although, yeah, I guess it didn't really come in handy with Charles, but it did help us get Mystique vulnerable in that one go sort of thing. Although, again, I probably would have actually been better just to use the double wild from Bishop anyway. But yeah, very good. Well, that is done for now. Let's have a look at our reward for that. So we'll hop up and let's have a look. Oh, I just realised it's probably really I had the sunlight coming in, but I didn't turn the above lights on. So apologies if this was really hard to see. But anyway, let's have a look here. So our situation for winning. The mutant from the future joins the X-Men. Cool. But there's no time to celebrate. Other threats are reaching their end game. Dun, 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 dun. All right, decide what to do next. All right, so we're either stopping Magneto from acquiring deadly missiles from a military compound, proceed to B4, or we're assisting the X-Men who investigated the mutant cure, hold back the apocalypse. All right, so C4 or B4. So I think both of these are like end game missions. They're like, the big bosses sort of thing. So we've got our choice of big boss. So there you go. Well, I'll post this video up shortly, and then I'll leave it a couple of days, and then I'll put a post up. So give people time to sort of watch the video and not get spoiled that we won or lost sort of thing. But yeah, then I'll post the poll, so you can choose whether we stop Magneto or we hold back the apocalypse. So yeah, your choice of those two. All right, so very exciting. So the campaign looks like it's coming to a close in the next scenario, or is it? Dun, dun, dun. I think we'll see how we go with that, but I'll let you guys investigate that yourselves if you want to check out the campaign. But otherwise, yeah, tune into the next battle. So have your say too with the poll and choose which one we go for. All right, well, thank you very much. That's all good. I also am planning, I guess, for the next video I'd really like to finish off showing off the Street Fighter villains I've been working on. So I've almost finished making all the new challenges. So my plan is to take on M. Bison, and we've got Fei Long, who's just been made this great new mini from Big Head Chibis, so definitely check that out. He's already made T-Hawk and Cammy, so I'm going to use Cammy and T-Hawk. I've made decks for them as well, and I figure I may as well get ahead of the game and start making a DJ as well. So as soon as I've made the deck for DJ, I'll print those off. I'll just do a home print, I think, rather than waiting for a pro print on those ones, and then we'll take the 4 new challenges up against Balrog, not Balrog, M. Bison, and see how they go. So yeah, that'll be cool. So anyway, well, thank you very much, guys. Lots more to come. Even once this campaign is finished, you guys can check it out for yourselves, have a go yourselves as well. Hopefully Dave will be inspired by this new TV season and maybe make some more campaigns down the track. But he's been doing a lot of great stuff so far with Age of Apocalypse as well, and I think actually he's got plans in the work to turn his Age of Apocalypse villains and heroes and stuff into a campaign similar to maybe this as well. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Check out the comics and all that sort of stuff if you're interested in what we've just been doing here. And then we can start turning to other homebrew things. Now that I'm sort of finishing off the Street Fighter stuff, we can have a look. We've got Helios has just done a bunch of great new characters, and I still have to get Impel down to the table on the screen as well. We've got Martin V is continuing to make lots of really cool alternate sort of upgraded sort of villains, where he's sort of tweaking the threat deck to make them either thematically match like a different story or make them a bit more interesting, based on sort of what he's interested with those characters as well. So check those out. And I think he's the one that's been doing some Omega Sentinel stuff as well. I'm not really too familiar with that stuff. I sort of started reading some of the House of X stuff as well, but he's made, if you're familiar with the Omega Sentinel, he's made like a villain fight for that. So definitely check that out. I don't know if it's is it a villain or a hero? Not sure. I think it's a villain. Anyway, yeah, definitely check out his stuff on Discord. Martin V, he's been doing some great stuff. Or is it Martin VZ? Oh gosh, now I think it's Martin VZ. Sorry. And the Annual. I think it's Annual. It's Anyel. So I keep wanting to say Angel, but I think it's Anyel. he's done, and I haven't got it to the table yet, but I'd love to show off. During the campaign, I don't know if you guys remember in the multiverse campaign, there was a big cry from one particular person who wanted to see the jackal. I think they did release the jackal as like a threat or something like that, or a henchman in one of the villains. But the Aniel has made a really cool fight with the jackal in that. So the jackal is their own villain sort of thing. So definitely check that out. And also he's been continuing to do lots of cool reviews on the different homebrewers. So if you are interested in the homebrew stuff, definitely follow his example. Go in and leave some comments and stuff on what you think of people's designs and how you've enjoyed them, or if you have ideas for how they could be improved and that sort of thing. The homebrew designers would love to hear all the feedback as well. So there's on the Wiki site there's comment section, so you can go and leave your stuff in there. So that's really cool as well. So anyway, well, thank you very much, guys. Looking forward to lots of new stuff down the track. Nelly Nell has about 1,001 different things. So does Norlith as well. So we'll want to show off their worlds as well. Keep checking it out. Anyway, thanks, guys. Maple Monkey out. See ya.